Olivia Carter got out of the taxi, looked up at the big iron gates in front of the Whitmore estate. She felt a little sick to her stomach because she was so nervous. She was also really excited. She pushed the button on the intercom. This job was just what Olivia Carter needed now. For months, she had been having a time paying rent for her small apartment. She had to work 2 jobs at the time just to get by. So when she found out about the job as an in-housekeeper at the Whitmore estate, it seemed like a dream come true. The job as a in-housekeeper was a big opportunity. For Olivia Carter, the agency told us everything we needed to know about the job. Mr. Whitmore is a man who is almost 90 years old, and he needs someone to take care of his house and cook for him. This sounds like an easy job. Olivia took care of her grandmother before she died, so Olivia thinks she can do this job. She feels like she can handle anything that comes up with Mr. Whitmore. The gates swung open quietly. Olivia walked up the driveway, her old sneakers making noise on the nice gravel. The big house was right in front of her. It was made of stone and had really tall windows that showed the sun. This was the kind of house Olivia had only seen in movies, the kind of money that seemed like it was not real. Olivia thought about the mansion and how it looked. Like something she had never seen before, the mansion was really big and nice. She rang the doorbell. Then she waited. Olivia smoothed down her cotton dress. She also tucked a strand of her auburn hair behind her ear. The door opened. Olivia had a greeting ready. It did not come out. Olivia's greeting died on her lips when she saw who was standing there. The man standing before her was not a man at all. He was really tall, over 6 feet. The man had hair that fell across his forehead in a messy way. The man's eyes were a cool gray-blue color. The man wore a white shirt with the sleeves rolled up, and you could see his brown arms. The man looked like someone from a magazine, not like someone who needed someone to clean his house. He looked at her, said, "You must be Olivia." His voice was really deep. It sounded nice. He was smiling a bit. You could see it in the corners of his mouth. He was looking at her. She looked really surprised. Then he said, "I'm Julian Whitmore." He told her to come in. Olivia finally spoke up. Her voice sounded a little squeaky. "I think something is wrong here," she said. "I was supposed to work for Mr. Whitmore, that is what I was told when I got the job." Julian's face looked really sad all of a sudden. He said, "My grandfather died 3 months ago. I got the house and everything. The people who take care of this stuff should have told you. I guess they messed up. I am sorry you did not know about this. The agency should have told you. It seems they made a mistake, and I am sorry you were not informed about my grandfather and the estate." He moved to the side, said for Olivia to come in. Olivia waited for a second before she went into a big hallway. The floors were made of marble. They looked nice under her feet. There was a crystal light hanging down from the high ceiling. Olivia saw the marble floors and the crystal light in the entrance hall. Julian said this as she closed the door behind her. "I understand if you want to think about the job. The job is not what you thought it would be. I really need someone to help me with this place. It is a lot of work for one person. I am away from home a lot because of my job. Julian needs someone to help her take care of this place." Olivia thought about what was best for her. She really needed this job. The money they were offering was very good. If she lived here, she could save some money for the first time. The thing was, her new boss was really good looking, which was something Olivia would have to deal with. She would have to manage the fact that her new employer was really good looking. "No, I still want the position," she said, looking him in the eye with all the confidence she had. "If you still want me for the position, that is." The smile that spread across Julian's face made her heart skip a beat. Julian said, "Perfect. Let me show you around." The tour of the mansion was really too much to handle. It had 12 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. There was also a library that made Olivia very happy, a home theater, a gym, and a kitchen that was as nice as one you would find in a restaurant. The rooms in the mansion were nicely furnished. They felt kind of empty. It was like the mansion was waiting for people to live in it and make it feel alive again. The mansion had many great things in it, like the library, the home theater, and the kitchen, but it still felt empty. The tour of the mansion was a lot to take in with all the empty rooms, like the 12 bedrooms and the 8 bathrooms and the big kitchen. Julian said to me, "Your quarters are here." He opened a door on the 2nd floor. I saw that the bedroom was big, even bigger than Olivia's whole apartment. It had a bed, a bathroom that was just for this room, and windows that looked out over the gardens. Julian told me you will have privacy because this entire wing of the house is for the quarters, and the quarters are yours. Olivia said that the place is really beautiful. She spoke in a soft voice like she was scared to touch anything. Olivia then said thank you to the person who was with her. Julian stood with his back against the doorframe, looking at her with a face that was hard to figure out. He said, I know all of this is a lot to take in. Everything that is going on. I want you to feel like you can relax here. This house is your home too, just like it is mine. The house is where you live now. Julian really wants you to feel at home in the house. The way he said that made her feel all warm inside. She turned around to look at him. Can I ask you something? Anything. I do not really need a housekeeper. I am able to take care of myself. Sometimes it is nice to have a housekeeper to help with the house. A housekeeper can do things like clean the house and do the laundry. This is helpful because it gives me time to do other things that I want to do. I think having a housekeeper would be really nice. A housekeeper would make my life a lot easier. Julian laughed. It was a nice sound. He said, you would think I am good at this stuff, would you not? The truth is, I am really bad at things around the house. I can be in charge of a company that makes a lot of money, but I am not very good at making toast. I can make deals with other companies, but I do not know how to use the washing machine. Julian's grandfather always made fun of him about this. He would tease Julian all the time. When his grandfather was mentioned, a sad look came over his face. Olivia felt bad for him. She knew how it felt to lose someone you really care about, someone you love. She said that he sounds like he was a great guy. He was a man, that is what she meant. The woman spoke softly when she said this about him. This man built a company from nothing. He used to work in a factory. Now his company is one of the best in the country. He always said that if you want to be successful, you need to know when to ask for help. Julian pushed off from the doorframe. He said, here I am asking for help from people like you, because this man, he always knew that asking for help is important for manufacturing companies like his. Over the few days, Olivia settled into a routine. She got up early, made breakfast, and then cleaned the rooms in the morning. The rooms needed a lot of cleaning and organizing. Olivia did this every morning. In the afternoon, Olivia planned what meals she would make and did the laundry. This kind of work should be easy for Olivia, but nothing was simple with Julian Whitmore around. This guy always seemed to show up in the room as her. He would come to the library when she was dusting, saying he needed a book. When she was making dinner, he would appear in the kitchen saying he had to check something. The living room was not off limits either. He would come there when she was vacuuming and ask her about the thermostat. The thermostat was always the reason when she was in the living room. The kitchen was for checking, and the library was for getting a book. But she knew the reason he was there. He just wanted to be around her, the woman he kept appearing in front of, the woman he kept bothering with his excuses. The woman who was always working in the rooms he kept showing up in. Olivia felt really upset after talking to Julian each time. Julian actually wanted to know more about Olivia, so he asked her lots of questions. He wanted to know what Olivia liked to do and what she wanted to be when she grew up. When Olivia talked about how she loved reading, Julian listened very carefully. The day Olivia found a bunch of new books on her nightstand, there was a note with the books that said, "Thought you might enjoy these." Julian did this because he was really interested in Olivia. Olivia loved reading. Julian knew this about Olivia. Julian was really taken with Olivia. What he liked about Olivia was that she was not like anyone he had ever met. Olivia did not care about Julian's money or the fact that he was important. Olivia would make fun of Julian when he could not fold a fitted sheet the way. She would laugh when Julian tried to help with cooking. Olivia talked to Julian like he was a normal person. Julian liked that about Olivia. Olivia said one evening when they were standing in the kitchen, "You do not have to stay with me while I am cooking. I am sure you have things to do for your business. You have a lot of work to take care of, so you can do that. I will be fine here cooking dinner. You really do not have to keep me company. I can manage on my own." Julian was sitting on the counter. He was not caring about people's space. He said, "Maybe I like being around you. Is that really so hard for you to believe about me and my feelings for your company? Yes, Olivia said, stirring the pasta sauce. I am your housekeeper. This is not a situation. I mean, things like this do not happen every day with the housekeeper and the people they work for. I am your housekeeper, and I have to say, this is pretty weird. The housekeeper, which is me, does not usually talk about things like this. Nothing about this is normal, Julian said, his voice getting really quiet. But maybe that is not a thing, Julian thought, considering the situation. With this situation being not normal, Olivia turned to look at him. She found that his gaze was intense, and it was focused entirely on Olivia. The wooden spoon was dripping sauce onto the counter. Olivia had forgotten that she was even holding the spoon in her hand. The air between Olivia and him felt charged. It felt electric with possibility. Olivia could feel it. The air between Olivia and him was full of possibility. Julian got down from the counter, moved closer to Olivia. He took one step and then another. Olivia's breathing stopped for a moment. She thought she should move away from him. She needed to keep a distance like she had been trying to do. Her feet would not move. They felt stuck in one place. Julian was getting closer. Olivia could not do anything about it. Julian said her name softly, like he was not sure if she would answer. He put out his hand, moved a piece of hair behind her ear, his fingers touching her face for a little while. Tell me I am not just thinking this is happening, he said. Tell me you feel the way about the thing between Olivia and him. The smoke alarm started making a loud noise before she had a chance to say anything, before she could even think about what was happening. The pasta sauce had boiled over. It was making a lot of smoke that was coming out of the pot. The moment was over. Olivia quickly got up to turn off the stove. At the time, Julian grabbed a towel to wave around and stop the smoke detector from going off. Olivia and Julian could not laugh at how silly everything was. The bad feeling in the room started to go, but it did not completely disappear. The bad feeling turned into something. This new feeling promised that Olivia and Julian would have fun moments like this one, with the smoke detector and the stove. Olivia and Julian laughed together. That made them feel happy. That night after they had dinner, Julian found Olivia in the library. Olivia was sitting in a leather chair reading a book with a lamp on beside her. Julian said this from the doorway. I wanted to ask you something. Olivia looked up from her book. She said, What is it? To the person who was talking to her. Olivia wanted to know what the person wanted because she was really into her book. Tomorrow is Saturday. You do not have to go to work on Saturdays. I was hoping you might come and have dinner with me. Not at my place. There is a restaurant in the city that I think the restaurant is really great. You will like the restaurant. No expectations, no pressure. Dinner between two people, the dinner will be between you and me, and we seem to really enjoy each other's company when we are together. Olivia knew she should say no to Julian. She knew that saying yes to Julian would make things very complicated. When she looked at Julian, she saw how hopeful and nervous he was. She saw it in his eyes. Then Olivia thought about it. She realized that she had already made up her mind about Julian a few days ago. This happened when Julian opened the door and smiled at her. From that moment on, Olivia was drawn to Julian. She heard herself say that she would love to. Julian's face lit up with a smile. That smile made her heart beat fast. Really? I am fine with that. I have one condition. Name it. They do not allow you to burn anything. Burning things is not permitted. The rule is that you cannot burn anything. The library was filled with the sound of his laugh. It was a laugh, and it seemed to promise good things. He said, I will do my best, with a smile, as Olivia watched him walk away. She couldn't shake the feeling that her life was about to change in ways she'd never imagined. This job was supposed to be simple. Show up, clean the house, collect a paycheck, but nothing about Julian Whitmore was simple. Olivia was beginning to realize she didn't mind the complication at all. On Saturday, the sky was really clear. Olivia was feeling nervous. She spent a lot of time that afternoon looking at her closet. She realized that she did not have anything enough to wear to the restaurant that Julian was probably thinking of. All of her clothes were The kind she wore to work, or casual clothes that she bought from cheap stores? Olivia thought about the restaurant and what Julian would think if she showed up in her clothes. She looked at her closet again. Felt like she had nothing to wear. The kind of restaurant Julian probably liked was probably fancy. Olivia's clothes were just not fancy enough. She had a lot of clothes from discount stores. They were not the kind of clothes you would wear to a fancy restaurant on Saturday. There was a knock on her door. It stopped her from feeling so scared. When she opened the door, she saw a garment bag hanging on the handle. There was another note with it. The writing on the note was Julian's writing, which she had seen before. The note said, "I took the liberty. I hope you do not mind. If you do not like it, wear something that makes you feel comfortable. You would look beautiful in the garment bag." You would look beautiful in anything, because Julian thought that she would look beautiful in anything that she wore. The garment bag was from Julian. Inside the bag was a dress that made Olivia gasp. The dress was a deep green color. It was simple. It looked really nice. The top part of the dress fit closely around the body. The skirt was flowing and would fall just below Olivia's knees. When Olivia touched the dress, it felt like silk. She looked at the tag on the dress. Her eyes got really wide. The dress was very expensive. It cost more than what Olivia used to pay for rent for 3 months. Olivia was shocked at the price of the dress. The dress is really nice. She thinks she should give it back to Julian. She feels that the gift is much. When she puts it on, it fits her perfectly. The color of the dress makes her eyes look amazing. It brings out the parts in her hazel eyes. She likes it much that she does not want to take it off. She is wearing the dress. It looks great on her. The dress and her eyes are a match. She is happy with how she looks in the dress. When she came down the stairs that evening, Julian was standing in the entrance hall waiting for her. He had on a dark gray suit that made his big shoulders look even bigger. His hair was combed back out of his face. When he looked up and saw her, he just stopped moving, his face showing how really surprised he was. Julian looked at her with a look of surprise, and Julian just stood there staring at her in wonder. Julian was really taken aback by what he saw. "Olivia," he said, taking a breath. "You look really beautiful, Olivia. Your appearance is truly amazing, Olivia." She felt heat rise to her cheeks. "The dress is really too much, Julian. I just cannot accept a dress like the dress." He walked up the stairs to meet her. Then he took her hand very gently. He said to her, "This is a gift. I want you to have it. The reason I got it for you is because I am selfish. I really wanted to see you wear something that's as pretty as I think the woman I am giving the gift to her is. I think she is very beautiful. I wanted to see her in something that matches that." The restaurant was just what Olivia had thought it would be. It was really nice. The restaurant was on the floor of a very tall building. There were windows that went from the floor to the ceiling. These windows let you see the city at night, and it was beautiful. The man in charge of the restaurant said hello to Julian, took them to a special table by the windows. The restaurant had a view of the city lights. Olivia and Julian were sitting at a table by the windows, and they could see the city lights. Olivia said to the person sitting next to her, "Do you come here often?" as they sat down in their seats. Olivia was really asking if this person visited this place a lot. Olivia wanted to know more about the person she was talking to. Julian shook his head. "Actually, no. I have only been to this place one time for a dinner about business that was really not interesting. I remembered how nice the view was. I thought the view might be something you would like." During dinner, Julian and Olivia talked to each other like they were friends. They had only known each other for over a week, but it felt like years. Julian talked about when he was a kid and his grandfather taught him things. He did not want to take over the family business. He felt like he had to. Olivia told Julian about when she was a kid. Her mom worked hard to take care of her and her family. Her mom had to work 3 jobs because her dad was not around. Olivia had to put her dreams on hold so she could help her family. Julian and Olivia really connected with each other over dinner. They talked about their lives and shared stories about Julian and Olivia. Julian said to her, "You wanted to be a teacher." He was remembering something she had told him days before. "What made you change your mind about being a teacher?" he asked her. Olivia ran her finger around the edge of her wine glass. She said, "My life, I suppose. Money. My mom got sick when I was in my year of college, so I had to stop going to school to take care of my mom. By the time my mom got better, I was behind. The school loans were adding up. I just needed to get a job to pay for things. I had to work to take care of myself and my mom. My mom's illness and the money problems really changed my life. Are you still interested in teaching, or do you still want to teach? I often think about going to school and finishing my degree. It is something that I really want to do. But the thing is, it seems impossible for me to do that now. I mean, going back to school and finishing my degree, it just seems like it is not going to happen." Julian leaned forward. He looked very serious. His eyes were serious. He said to Olivia that she should do what makes her happy. Olivia should teach if that is what she wants to do. Life is really short. We should do the things that make us happy. Teaching is what Olivia wants to do, so she should do it. Julian told Olivia that nothing is impossible for her. Olivia can be a teacher if she wants to be one. Julian said that life is too short to worry about things that might get in the way of our happiness. Olivia should just do what she wants to do. That is, teach. The woman said this about the billionaire. She was joking around, but you could tell she was not being mean about it. Julian said this quietly. He was talking about people who only care about his money. Julian feels like everyone around him only sees his bank account. He does not like it when people want to be his friend because of his money. Every time Julian has been in a relationship, it has been bad because of his money. People want things from Julian. They use him to look good or to get money from him. Julian wants to find something that is not about his money. He would give up all his money if it meant finding something. He reached across the table, took her hand. She is different from the others. She argues with Julian about how to load the dishwasher. She laughs at the food Julian cooks. She treats Julian like he is Julian, not the big boss Julian Whitmore, CEO. Julian thinks this is really rare. This is really incredible. Julian feels like she sees the Julian. Olivia felt her heart beating fast. She said to Julian, "I have to tell you the truth. I am scared. This thing that is happening between us, it is going fast. The way things are between us is not right. You are my boss. If this does not work out, I will lose my job, the place where I live, everything that matters to me. This thing between Olivia and Julian, it is just moving quickly." Olivia is really worried about what will happen if things do not work out between Olivia and Julian. Julian said this to me with a lot of feeling. "Olivia, I know things are not simple. I know there are reasons why we should not be together. The truth is, I have not felt really happy in a long time. Then you came into my life. My big house did not feel empty anymore. It felt like a home. I do not want that to change. I do not want to lose Olivia. Olivia makes me feel things that I thought I would never feel again. I like having Olivia in my life. I do not want to lose her." Before Olivia could say anything, Julian reached into his jacket pocket, pulled out something. It was a box made of velvet, and Olivia's heart just stopped beating. She was looking at the velvet box, and her mind was racing, thinking about what could be. Inside the small velvet box, he told her that it is not what she thinks, he said. It's quickly because he saw that she was starting to panic. "Just open the thing," he said to her. Inside was a nice silver bracelet with a little charm, a tiny book. Julian said, "I know you really like to read. He wanted to give me something to remember this night, no matter what I decide about him and me. There is no pressure. He does not expect anything. It is a gift from Julian, someone who cares about me." Olivia felt tears up in her eyes. She said that the gift was perfect and thanked the person who gave it to her. Olivia really meant it when she said it was perfect. The gift was just what Olivia wanted. Olivia was very happy. She thanked the person again. Julian put the bracelet on her wrist. His fingers touched her skin for a while. Then he looked up at her. His face was really close to hers. She could see all the blues in Julian's eyes. He looked at her, said, "Can I kiss you?" In a really soft voice. He had been thinking about kissing her since the moment she spilled pasta sauce over the place. Pasta sauce was still on her hands and clothes. That did not stop him from wanting to kiss her. He really wanted to kiss her. Olivia cried at the same time, and then she went closer to Julian. The kiss they shared was soft at first, like they were scared of hurting something. Then Julian put his hand on Olivia's face. Her fingers went into his hair and the kiss became stronger, and it felt like Olivia was where she belonged. It's like she was home with Julian. The kiss was like that because it was, with Julian. Olivia felt happy and safe when she was kissing Julian. When Julian and the woman he was with finally stopped kissing, they were both out of breath. Julian put his forehead against hers. He said, "I want you to stay with me tonight. I want you to stay with me as Julian, not the man you work for as a housekeeper. I want you to stay with me tonight." Olivia said yes quietly, and she knew this was something big. She was doing something that could never be undone. The thing is, Olivia just did not care about that. The drive back to the mansion was really quiet. You could feel that people were waiting to see what would happen next. When they got to the mansion, the front door was already open. Someone was standing in the entrance hall waiting for them. The mansion was supposed to be empty, so it was weird that the front door was open like that. Someone was waiting in the entrance hall of the mansion. The woman was really beautiful, with blonde hair that was styled just right, a very fancy suit, and a face that showed she was very angry. She gave Olivia a look that was not nice, all it was, like she did not like her one bit, before she turned to Julian. She said hello, darling, to me. Her voice sounded really sweet. It was not real. She was just pretending to be nice. Then she said, "Surprise." Julian's whole body got really tense. He said to Rebecca, "Rebecca, what are you doing here? Is that really how you greet your fiancé?" Rebecca walked up to him, the sound of her heels echoing on the marble floor. "We had our differences, I know that. I am willing to forgive you now. I think we can just forget about all the things that happened and move on." Rebecca wants to put everything behind her and start fresh with her fiancé. Julian said that they are not engaged anymore. They have not been engaged for over a year now. Julian said this in a firm tone of voice. Julian wanted to make it very clear that the engagement between Julian and his partner is over. Rebecca laughed. It was a laugh. She said, "Oh, Julian, you cannot really mean that, can you?" Rebecca thinks that she and Julian belong together. Everyone knows that Julian and Rebecca belong together. Their families know it, their friends know it, and their whole social circle knows it. Rebecca's eyes looked at Olivia. She did not care about Olivia. Rebecca said, "You cannot be serious about giving up everything that Julian and Rebecca built for some girl that Julian just met. That is just not right." Olivia felt like someone had hit her. She looked at Julian, waiting for him to say something to help her to tell Rebecca to go. But Julian just stood there, his mouth shut tight, his hands closed into fists by his side. Olivia looked at Julian, hoping he would do something to help Olivia to make Rebecca leave Olivia alone. Olivia said that she thought she should go. She said this softly. Her voice was not very steady at all. Olivia's voice was shaking a little when she said that she thought she should go. No, Julian said away, reaching out to her. "Do not go." Rebecca stepped between them. "Actually, Julian, we do need to talk. Privately, it is important." She put a hand on her stomach. It was clear she did this on purpose. "It is about the baby." Rebecca said this. Looked at Julian, and then she said it again. "It is about the baby." Olivia felt like the whole world was spinning around her. The baby was on the way. Rebecca was going to have a baby. When Olivia looked at Julian, she saw that he was really shocked. His face had turned white. He just stood there, not moving at all. This was clearly something he did not know about, until now, the baby that Rebecca was having. "Excuse me, Olivia," said. Then she turned around, ran to her room. The Olivia could hear Julian calling out the Olivia's name. The Olivia could also hear Rebecca's voice. It sounded really happy. Rebecca was saying something about doing what is best.
Oh.
Leaned against it. She put her hands over her mouth so she would not cry. This is just great. She was really silly to think Julian could actually like her. Julian is the kind of man who belongs with women like Rebecca. Women who are fancy and refined and come from a family like his. Olivia thought about this. It made her feel even worse. She thought about how men like Julian end up with women like Rebecca, who are perfect for them. She looked down at the bracelet on her wrist. She unclasped the bracelet with fingers that were shaking. The bracelet was then set carefully on the dresser. Next, She pulled out her duffel bag. She started to pack the duffel bag. The plan was to leave the house thing in the morning. She wanted to leave before she had to see either of the people she was trying to avoid. A soft knock on her door made her stop moving. "Olivia, please," the person said. "Let me explain what is going on with Olivia." She said there is nothing to explain. She was happy that her voice did not shake. Then she said, "Congratulations on the baby, Julian. I hope you and the baby will be very happy." The woman is not telling the truth. She is lying. Olivia opened the door. Julian was standing there. He looked really bad. His nice hair was all messy. His tie was not tied properly. Julian looked at Olivia. Said, "What?" "Rebecca is not telling the truth. She says there is a baby." "That is not true. I actually called her doctor, a person I know, because my grandfather knows them too. The doctor told me that Rebecca is not having a baby. Rebecca made the thing up because she wants to be with me again. The thing is, Rebecca is lying about the baby." "How can you be sure?" "I have not seen Olivia in over a year. Not one single time. I ended our relationship because I caught her with one of my business partners. She was cheating on me. Now she wants to be with me, but it is not because she misses me. It is because she misses the way we used to live." He walked into the room. His eyes were asking for something. "When I saw you standing there believing Olivia looking at me like I had done something, I felt really bad. I felt sick to my stomach. I went to Olivia. I asked her to tell me the truth. She was not able to provide any information because the thing she was talking about does not exist. The information about the thing is just not there. She was looking for the information about the thing. The thing does not exist. Where is she now? She is gone. I told her that if she ever came near my house again, I would file for a restraining order against her. I gave the woman money than she really deserved, and then she left my house. The woman took the money. Now she is gone." Olivia sat down on the edge of the bed. "This is too much, Julian." Maybe she was right. Maybe Olivia and Julian are from worlds, and this thing between Olivia and Julian is just something that will not work out. Julian got down on his knees in front of her, took her hands in his hands. He said to her, "Listen to what I'm saying. I have gone out with women from my world. I have been to a lot of parties and met a lot of women who people think are perfect for me. None of those women, not a single one, has ever made me feel the way you make me feel. You make me happy. You make me laugh. You do not let me get away with things. You see the real me, not the money or the things I own. This is not something I want to happen. This is what is really happening in my life. It feels real to me. Julian likes the way he feels when he is with her. She is different from the women he has met. Julian feels like he can be himself around her. I'm your housekeeper. You are done working, that is it. You are fired." Olivia opened her eyes wide and said, "What?" Julian said, "You were fired again?" He was smiling now. Before that, he looked very serious. He told the person that they do not work for him anymore. Julian said he will still give them money for 1 year. This is so they can go to school and finish their teaching degree. They can stay in the place they are living now for free. Julian will find them a new apartment. They can choose what they want. The person does not work for Julian anymore. Julian made it clear that they are finished working for him. The person is free to go to school and become a teacher. Julian will help them with money and a place to live. Julian, that's crazy. Is it really that crazy? Because from where I'm kneeling, it seems like the most sensible thing I have ever done. He squeezed Olivia Carter's hands. I am in love with Olivia Carter. I know this is happening quickly. I know it sounds crazy, but it is the truth. I fell in love with Olivia Carter, the woman who laughed at my coffee-making skills and left me notes to remind me to eat my lunch. I really like the woman who comes to my library and reads. She makes my house feel cozy. I fell in love with the woman who reads in my library. I do not care what time it is, or how things work out, or what other people think. The only thing that matters to me is what the woman who reads in my library wants. I fell in love with the woman who reads in my library. I want her to know that Olivia felt tears falling down her face. She said, I want you in a quiet voice. She was scared and this was all pretty crazy, but she felt the way. About him, she wanted him to. Julian pulled her down to the floor with him. He was kissing Olivia with all the feelings that had built up that evening. There was a lot of emotion and fear and hope in that kiss. When they finally stopped kissing, they were both crying at the same time. Then Olivia got up, picked up the bracelet that was sitting on the dresser. She said to him, "Will you put this back on me?" Julian put the thing around her wrist. His fingers were shaking. He said, "I really meant it when I said that. I want to help you go to school. I want to support what you want to do. I want to be the person who helps you with your dreams. I want to help you become the person you are supposed to be. I want to help you go back to school, and I want to support your dreams so you can do what you want." Olivia said this to him. She really meant it. She wanted to be the one who reminds him to eat and have fun, that he is more than just a big company. Then she told him something important. She said she does not want to be a woman who just gets money from him and does nothing. Olivia will let him help her with school. She wants to get a job too. She wants to help out and be his partner like they are equals. If they are not equals, then it will not work out between them. The relationship will not be good. Olivia wants to be with him. Only if they are partners like the business partners, but in life, and she wants to make sure he understands this about her. Julian said they were partners, and he kissed her again. They were equals, he told her. He said she could have anything. She wanted from the relationship anything all. Because that is what partners do. They give each other what they want, and that is what Julian wanted for her, anything she wanted. 6 months later, Olivia stood in front of a classroom of third graders wearing the bracelet that Julian had given her. She felt really happy with her life now. Olivia had gone back to school, finished what she needed to do to get her degree. After that, she got a job as a teacher at a school near her home. Julian was always there for her when good things happened. He was happy for her when she did something well, just like it was something he did himself. Olivia thought about how Julian had helped her, and it made her feel good that he was always supporting her, and that he was happy about the teaching position. At the local elementary school that she had landed, Julian and Olivia moved slowly. They got to know each other. They built a base for their relationship. This base was built on trust and a real connection between Julian and Olivia. Julian introduced Olivia to the people he worked with. He did not introduce her as the person who cleaned his house or his girlfriend. He introduced her as Olivia, the important person in his life. Olivia met Julian's friends and the people he worked with. She showed them that she could handle herself in any situation. Olivia did not try to be like everyone. She just stayed true to herself. Julian and Olivia liked that about each other. The big house did not feel empty anymore. Olivia had made it feel like a home. She had filled it with times with books all over the place, with the smell of food she made herself, and with fresh flowers. Julian was trying to cook. It was not going very well. He was making a mess. At least he was trying. Olivia was getting better at letting people help her, at trusting someone, at thinking she was worth the love that Julian gave her. The mansion was a place now because of Olivia and Julian. Olivia and Julian had changed everything. One evening, Julian and his friend were sitting in the library. They were reading together. Julian put down his book. He reached into his pocket, pulled out something. When he opened the box that was covered in velvet, Julian found a ring inside the box. The ring was inside the velvet box that Julian was holding. Julian started to talk. His voice was a little shaky. He said, "I remember I told you I do not want to put any pressure on you. I do not have any expectations." Then he said, "I am not trying to hurry you up or anything. I need you to know what I really want. I want to marry you, Olivia. I want to spend every day with you for the rest of my life and make you happy. My goal is to help you with the things you want to do. We can make new plans together. I want to make this house feel like our home and fill it with love. Maybe someday we can have kids, Olivia. I want to do everything with you. I really want to spend all my time with you and share everything that happens in my life with you. You are the person I want to be with. I want to experience everything that life has to offer with you by my side." Olivia closed her book. She felt happy. "Do you have a question that you want to ask me?" Julian, that made the nervous feeling go away. He said, "Olivia Carter, will you marry me?" She threw herself at him. They almost fell off the couch together. Yes, I mean it, yes. As Julian put the ring on Olivia's finger next to the bracelet Olivia always wore, Olivia thought about the day Olivia had pressed the intercom button. Olivia had been really nervous. Olivia was expecting to meet an old man who needed someone to clean his house. Olivia had met Julian instead, and Olivia had found love with Julian, and Olivia had found a future with Julian that Olivia never thought was possible. For Olivia. Life is full of surprises. You think you know what is going to happen, then something entirely different happens. Life can be really good to you. It can give you something that's worth all the trouble, all the hard times, every moment when you feel like giving up. Life is like that. It surprises you. Then you find out that it is worth it. Every complication that life gives you, every challenge that you face, every moment of doubt that you have, it is all worth it. In the end, Olivia kissed Julian. It was like she could taste the happy times they would have together. They were standing in the library, which was a place they both loved. The library was full of books and ideas. It made Olivia feel like anything was possible. As they put their arms around each other, Olivia knew that she was in the place. The library was special to them. Olivia felt happy when she was there with Julian. Olivia was where she was supposed to be, and that felt really good. Olivia knew that she and Julian were going to have a life together, and that thought made her very happy. The mansion's secret had never been its size, or its luxury, or its wealthy owner. The secret was simpler and far more valuable. It was the perfect place for two people from different worlds to discover they were meant for each other all. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this story. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to hit like, share this story with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more meaningful stories.